Hi, I'm Drew.
And I'm Sam.
And welcome to Drewling Samantics.
Well, slap my arse and call me Geraldine. It's Andrew Fettis in the flesh, or on my screen, I should say. Hello, mate. How are you?
And there you are, Geraldine, with a smacked ass. How you doing, Mr. Dunning? It has been some time, hasn't it?
It really has. And can I say, for anyone that stumbled across this podcast by mistake, that wasn't the normal kind of greeting or intro that sort of happens, but it's probably weeded out like the people that shouldn't be here.
I mean, by now we've lost the hangers on. The people who want to stay are staying with us.
Yeah.
And
on that note, the people who have stayed with us for a long fucking time, and I say a long fucking time because it has been a long fucking time.
5 years, mate.
15, nearly 5 years. Yeah,
nearly 5 years.
Thank you to all of you if you're back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. To anyone who is not a returning listener or watcher, or is not a veteran of Drewling Samantics, we should probably sort of explain who we are and what we do, mate. So why don't you start off? Why don't you kind of... I'll let you take the lead on this.
Well, all right then. Well. The gentleman sharing the screen with me, his name is not Geraldine.
No.
You have Mr. Sam Dunning. I'm Andrew Fettis, and we started Drewling Samantics, as we just said then, coming up to 5 years ago during the great lockdown, the unwelcome guest, call it what you will. We are two jobbing actors. We're not famous. We're not probably ever going to be famous, but what we are is, fingers crossed. Why not? Fingers crossed. But we are two jobbing actors who love what we do. And we missed doing what we were doing during lockdown, so we started Drewling Samantics. That was 15 seasons ago, coming up to 5 years ago. We keep doing it because, A, we love doing this, and we love talking about the business and sharing it with people who are either in the business or not. But also, every other week, we have a friend or a colleague or someone we've worked with, someone we admire, from the business, working in many different spheres, from makeup to stage management to fellow actors. We've got screenwriters, writers, directors, producers, you name it, they've been on, stunt people. We try and gather these wonderful people from all different spheres because every job is valuable in our industry. Every job is needed. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to stand in front of a screen, in front of a camera or on a stage and do what we do. So we get those people along to share their enjoyment, their love and knowledge of the business. And I don't know what you think, Sam, but we certainly enjoy it, and it seems to be working. I mean, people still come back to us and listen to us and enjoy us. So, what the hey? We'll keep on doing it.
I don't know, mate. I don't think I could have put it much better. I think I would have just said we got a bit bored because we weren't allowed to do any proper acting. So we just had a bit of a rant and it's got out of control and we don't know how to stop it.
We have created a monster.
Yes. So if you are new, welcome to Drewling Samantics. Whether you are listening to us or watching us, and if you are only doing one, feel free to do the other as well. We're on all good podcast apps and YouTube, wherever you happen to be finding us now. We release episodes every week. As Drew said, every other week we bring in someone normally far more attractive and knowledgeable and talented than we are to tell us about what they do, why they do it, how they got into it, and the intricacies behind their part of this crazy performance and entertainment world. And we learn new things and we learn stories, quite often shocking, mad stories, but a lot of the time really interesting, intriguing, informative, just all the eyes.
All the eyes.
Go on. Yeah.
I was just going to say, I was just about to say, you mentioned, us and people better looking than us pop in, and indeed they do. But I mean, I should note, anybody that is watching, and is watching us maybe for the first time, If you're not, and I just say that I am at the moment sporting a ridiculous moustache because I've got lots of dinner theatre work coming up, playing Manuel. So I'll be easier to dye this little grey monster. And Sam is sporting a beard because he's had to be beautifully shaven and mustachioed over Christmas. So you just decided to let it grow, mate, aren't you, and chill out for a bit.
This is laziness, mate, more than anything else. Right now, I don't have to shave, so why the fuck would I?
Why the hell would you? Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I suppose we should also say that there will be some bad language on this, in the sense that it's not used for the sake of it. It's just we like to have an open space. We talk about everything and anything. Nothing is filtered. We try not to push opinions. We like to hear both sides of every story, because sometimes we will talk about subjects, debates, and things that are in the industry, in the news, or that are big topics of discussion. Quite often we'll disagree about things. We've had that many times, and it's nice to give both sides to a story. So if you are very much against opinions and different sides to stories, and you don't like the odd swear word here and there, then sorry, fuck off. It's probably the nicest way to put it. It's not the nicest way to put it. It's the way that I've just put it.
It's the way that you just put it, Sam, and you've opened the door to all sorts of rubbish now.
Oh, God, yeah. The comments and complaints and messages. Might as well get out of the way now, hadn't we?
Flooding in.
We're 4 minutes into our first episode of 2026, and I've probably already got us cancelled, mate. So
we already alienated everyone, and
all we need to do, mate, is just carry on, because we know that if all else fails, Neil will be watching.
Neil will be listening to us. Bless him.
Neil James, friend of the podcast. For anyone that doesn't know or hasn't seen his episode, he was on last season before, I can't remember. He's done a little back. But Neil was a self-confessed Drewling Samantics addict.
He's a super fan.
He's seen every episode multiple times. Madness. Don't know why. There's obviously something wrong with him, but equally he's worked with both of us, so there's clearly
so there's definitely something loose there. Yeah.
Anyway, despite all that, hi Neil, thanks for joining us. If it's
Neil.
Only you. You and Drew's mum, obviously, because your mum's still
my mum.
Yeah. So our viewership of 2, who we've probably alienated as well, because they know all this bollocks. So we're doing really well again.
Yeah,
it's a great.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't know, and we're going to talk about it in a few minutes, but I have to say that we're talking about the podcast. Did you know, in the recent Golden Globes, on which we will get in a moment, that there was a new podcast award this year?
I did not.
A podcast category. Can you? So you see, podcasts are everywhere. What?
Why weren't we nominated?
I have no idea. I don't know, mate. We were busy. We were busy.
Well, no. I mean, being busy would meant that we turned down the opportunity to attend. Not being contacted at all means that the bastards out there listening and watching haven't voted for us.
I feel slighted and offended.
Yeah, so do I. Should we stop this and just go, no, we're not doing it anymore?
No, because I'll have nothing much to do on a Tuesday then.
We need to look busy, don't we?
We do. Yeah, we do.
But anyway, you lot out there, we want to be nominated next time. So do something about it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, look, and there was a perfect little merch link there. Again, we try not to sort of go, oh, everything is YouTube or everything is audio. But right now, Drew is drinking out of his Drewling Samantics mug, while we are both wearing our Drewling Samantics polo tops with our Drewling Samantics signs behind us. So if you want to be overwhelmed by lots of smaller versions of our own faces in cartoon form, then hop onto YouTube if you haven't already, and you'll see all that nonsense.
It's very difficult to get a smaller version of my face, really, isn't it? I mean, let's face it.
That is true. That's another thing that perhaps people don't realise from watching on screen. But you'll have to meet us in person, because I describe myself as being like Mr. Tickle, because I've got like really long gangly arms and legs, but no real middle bit. But I'm quite lanky, essentially. And Drew, well, they say you keep growing until you're perfect. But I don't think anyone's been perfect at 4 years old, so I don't understand why you stopped then.
Oh, mate, ask my mother. I was a perfect child. That's why I never grew anymore. You know, I was a gorgeous child.
Which, yeah,
I've
things
buggered it
certainly
up since
changed,
then.
don't
But,
they? Anyway, I'm Yankee,
enough.
he's little. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
It's great for comedy work. We look at
Oh,
great
mate, it's wonderful. It's amazing stuff. Yeah.
If I did dame work, we could be brilliant ugly sisters, mate.
Well, yeah, we're both ugly. So that was,
It's not where I was going with that. But anyway.
I know. Talking of that, talking of Ugly Sisters, pantomime and stuff, we have been busy, neither of us doing panto over Christmas, but we have been busy in our various seasonal jobs. So I was doing I was playing the big man. I was playing a Santa in a Christmas grotto, at the old watermill. Mm-hmm. And which my wife Verona, another guest on Drewling Samantics, we co-produce, and that was great fun. But I have to say, even though I was working inside, I did feel sorry for our guests because it was absolutely pouring with rain most of the time, which, Sam, I know you experienced a little bit more of than me, you poor bugger.
Yeah, a little bit. So just to sort of dial back on it a bit, the reason that we are just coming back now is because it's not long since we both finished doing our Christmas seasonal holiday work. So we both started around mid-November and it ran to sort of the first week of January, give or take. Which is why we're just resuming now, because obviously we've been away doing that. We don't continue podcasting during that because we want to be able to give you guys the best possible content, and it's mentally knackering as well as physically knackering doing Christmas show because they are so regular. I mean, you're doing pretty much every day in some way, shape or form. You get the odd day off if you're lucky, Christmas Day, etc. But most of the time you are full on, particularly from your perspective because you were producing, directing, writing, write the theme tune, sing the theme tune, all that kind of shit.
It was, pretty much from October onwards,
so, and that's why we're back now, and equally why we finished quite early. I think we did finish sort of mid to late November because we wanted to get stuff out there. But yes, so to answer your question that I completely scattered around, I was quite damp for a lot of December. For people that are new who perhaps didn't know or don't remember what we talked about towards the end of last season, I was working at the wonderful Kenwood House, a big English heritage property in North London, on their immersive light trail Neverland at Kenwood. I'm dropping a subtle hint there with a name. You can probably guess what comes next, but I was one of a few actors on this immersive light trail as you went round who were basically interactive characters, playing the wonderful Captain Hook, which dials back to what you were saying earlier. I had a sort of handlebar, twiddly moustache throughout that, which I was very eager to get rid of as soon as it was done. Not my favourite thing ever, but the characters are all good.
Hey.
But yes, it was a wonderful experience. I love doing seasonal work because everyone's in that kind of spirit. They want to be entertained. They want to have some enjoyment. Panto is great. Love doing Panto. Might be back doing Panto this year. Who knows? We shall see. But this year and last year just happened to be doing more of the immersive stuff like you were with the grotto. And difference being this year, the previous year, this year just gone rather than the year before that. Year before that, I was indoors. There was a big pirate ship built at Blenheim Palace in Oxfordshire and was playing Captain Hook on there. We then steered the ship towards North London.
Ooh, I like that. I like that, Sam.
Docked it at Kenwood House. But it was outside this time, so a little bit different. Few more layers under the red overcoat and the wig and the hat and all that. And we were outside this year, or this year just gone. And it was great. And I have to say, people were very wet, were very cold, but still in fabulous moods, like brilliant spirit. Everyone wanted to have fun and enjoy and interact, and it was great. Would I want to do that? Absolutely. Would I prefer it being indoors? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like, I mean, my hair's a bit longer now than it has been previously. In fact, it's almost a carbon copy. I think you had a moustache when we first started the podcast. I think I had longer hair as well, which is
That
interesting.
might be the case.
Yeah. If anyone wants to go back and look at it, don't judge us on the early episodes. It was lockdown. We had the unwelcome guest, as Drew said. It was a different time. And there was more beer involved then as well, I think.
There was a lot more beer involved then, yeah.
But where was I going with that? Oh, yes, hair. My hair's fairly long and it takes a little while to dry when I get out of the shower. I tell you what, though, a big Captain Hook wig in the rain, Jesus, it just went woof. It was...
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Nightmare. And then as soon as the wind blew, right, it's across your face and God knows what else. It was quite the experience. I loved it. But it's nice to have a little bit of downtime as well. So Christmas done, out the way. You've hung up your red coat. I've hung up my red coat, interestingly. Two very
That's
different
interesting.
red coats, granted. And it's now on to 2026. We've dived in full throttle. Have you done much this year already?
No.
I thought you were building up to something there.
That's a couple of weeks. I've done. I went over. I've done a Fawlty Towers. Went over and did the dinner theatre in Ireland.
Oh,
Exactly the same weekend as I did it last year. But we were asked to go back. A beautiful hotel. It's a very old, very Athboy is the town in County Meath, which I found out is the home of the original Halloween. Halloween started there.
really?
I think I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but Samhain or Samhain, the festival at the end of summer, towards Harvest Festival, which is between the end of summer and the beginning of winter, so the two worlds collide.
Yeah.
And it's where the veil between the living and the dead is very thin.
Okay.
So they have a big festival, and they had this festival in Athboy out there. They did the first big festivals were there, which led on then to Halloween as we know it today. So the first, so we didn't know that, and we were actually picked up from the airport. We're sitting in a cab, and the cabbie was telling us, and he was a very knowledgeable Irishman who liked to chat. And he told us all, and I never knew that. And I then went, gonna check this out. So I got to the hotel, Googled it, and he was absolutely right.
Wow. I thought Halloween was American. I thought it was I thought it was South American because Day of the Dead festival.
Well, you see, that's. I think they all, certainly Halloween, you might be right there, in the Americas, but certainly in this country, and or Ireland. But yeah, Samhain, which I'm sure I'm saying wrong, apologies. But that was the big festival. And they used to light a massive beacon on the hill and various hills around. And every year they have a festival called, it's spelt Pecu, Peku, however, it's said in Gaelic. But yeah, and Athboy, for a week at that time, they had this massive festival. And so the home of Halloween could be said to be Athboy.
Wow.
Which also has this lovely hotel where we were performing Fawlty Towers last weekend, which was lovely. Yeah.
Wow. So one in the bag then.
One in the bag, one coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. And what else for the rest of the year? Anything substantial or anything?
I know I've got some more Einstein coming up.
Right, stop the clock. Stop the clock. He's mentioned it. We're
sorry, but you did
about 20 minutes, I think. Anyone new to Drewling Samantics?
Sorry.
What's going on, you might cry. The little face sat opposite me, normally without that the little grey moustache under the nose. He may be slightly familiar to you. If you happen to have seen one of the millions of energy meter, smart meter adverts.
Smart energy,
irritate us every 15 seconds on TV. You might have noticed a character called Einstein in these things. Oh, I wonder who voices and plays that character, Drew. Any ideas, mate?
It's me.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
No
Yeah,
idea.
I know.
I
Yeah.
don't think you've mentioned it.
Yeah.
But
Einstein, also known as my pension. So let's.
and that's where it is. But yes, so honestly, I jest. I'm thrilled that it's still going on because number one, it gives
I'm
me
amazed and
to
delighted, but I am amazed. So yeah. So I believe we've got one of those coming up shortly, some point. So yeah.
Excellent.
And after that, I can't say anymore. So
No, well.
I'm sworn to secrecy.
Ooh.
I know.
But more producing work, I'm assuming, throughout the year and various.
Yeah, we're planning. We always do a little half-term show at the Watermill, our venue. So we're preparing Hansel and Gretel for late February.
Very nice.
So yeah, so that's it.
Very nice indeed.
Yeah. At the moment, that's
Yeah. Whereas I'm similar, lots of the sort of the immersive dinner theatre gigs. I'm popping off to Ireland and to Scotland and a few other places, I think, over the coming weeks. And then I've got another friend of the podcast, Mr. Callan Durrant, who I work with, a director on the board for his theatre company. We are producing and sending out another tour of Call Me John, which is an incredible show that he wrote, produced, created alongside a few other people. I was part of the team for that as well. So I'm stage managing that in the summer, late spring, early summer, something like that. Can't remember exactly when off the top of my head. But yeah, so I've got that to look forward to. And then whatever else may be brought by the gods of giving us work. Yeah. So we'll see what comes up. But obviously, lots and lots of this as well, which very much looking forward to. And on that subject, mate, we have got some guests. Some guests.
We do have some guests.
Yes. Yeah. We say it every season because it's true every season. We've got some amazing people that we are going to be speaking to, chatting about what they do, why they do it, how they do it, how we know them, why they're still talking to us if that's the case. But yeah, yet again, I think we've excelled ourselves. Like some incredible. I say we've excelled ourselves. All we've gone is, will you come on? And they've gone yes. So they've done all the hard work.
Yeah, they've done the work.
But we are going to be lucky enough to be joined by some fabulous people this season. So really looking forward to that. Particularly next week's guest, who exciting. But yes, so lots of that to come as well. As for the podcast this season, it'll just be more of the same, really, which I don't want that to sound lazy or what, but actually it's what you lot out there seem to like. So don't fix what ain't broke and all that jazz, I suppose.
And sorry to interrupt Sam, as you say, but on that note, please do, if anybody's got any suggestions, comments, anybody that they would like us to try and interview, anybody who would like to come on. Yeah. Suggest yourselves, please do. So yeah, get in touch because we love that. Because were it not for people listening, watching, and were it not for our great guests, it would be just me and him, and no bugger would be watching there, would they? No. But no, seriously, it keeps it alive and it keeps it interesting.
Yeah, so, we are very much a democracy, not a dictatorship, aren't we? So we love to have a bit of a...
I say.
Did I get that right? I was thinking about that.
Yeah, other way around, mate. We're in America, so let's forget.
Right, okay. Yes. On that note, and it will be very briefly, we try to avoid politics because there are always two sides to every story with politics. You're always going to create waves by even suggesting you go one direction or the other. And so what we want to do is this be a happy, open conversation at all times on all subjects that are relevant. We do stick mainly to theatre, TV, film, anything in our industry, but sometimes it does wander a little bit because it becomes appropriate. We've talked about travel quite a lot because that obviously then relates to us. And when we were graced by the unwelcome guest, obviously that was a big part of the subject which affected everyone, not just our industry. But that all said, Donald Trump is fucking mental.
Mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scary shit.
But that's politics done for season 15.
That's it. Done.
Pretty much.
Trump is mental. End of.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah. He can't fault the fact that he has supplied quite a lot of material for many, many fringe shows.
This is true.
Donald Trump musical was at Edinburgh last year, wasn't it? I think. And
I think you're right. Yeah. Also, a lot of good. I mean, he's given impressionists. you know, it's just hours of material. So, he kind of creeps into our industry a little bit, but
yeah. Nice use of the word creep. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Moving on.
Let's go from talking about people who are not necessarily going to be winning awards for their brilliance to people who have won awards for their brilliance. Because, Drewsif, it was very recently when we're recording this, it might be slightly less recently when it actually gets seen by people. Very recently, in inverted commas, people have won awards at the Golden Globes.
Yes.
Did you watch?
I didn't watch, but I mean, I got bits on the news and everything, and that. I have to say, talking of that, I'm not a great awards ceremonies watcher. I'm interested to see, the results, and I'm interested to see who is nominated, etc., etc. But I'm not a great one for sitting and watching. It's not.
I think,
and I'm not. That's no criticism of them. They are a pleasant and somewhat necessary part of the industry, but I don't derive any great pleasure sort of sitting there. I probably derive great pleasure being there, but no, for me it's I don't know. I don't take away any pleasure for the people that take part, that win, nominated, and other people that do love sitting there. I know friends of mine that will sit there with a bottle of wine, a bottle of champagne, and watch and toast and enjoy the whole thing, and brilliant. But I do like to know and maybe go, okay, that's interesting. If I've seen the show or the film and go, oh yeah. Or sometimes you haven't seen a movie and go, what the hell's that about?
Yeah.
She is good. That's a great director, good story, whatever, wonder what. And I will watch films on the back of having won awards and gone, oh, that looks good.
Yeah,
gosh, that must be good. It's got 10 blahs,
I
But the Golden Globes are very interesting for one or two reasons. Yeah,
I think I'm similar. I'm not necessarily one who feels the need to watch a whole ceremony, but I will say that certainly the theatrical ones, the Tonys, for example, those I'm much more likely to watch because of the entertainment in between and the hosting.
That's true.
I mean, so the performances that go along with them, I love to see that as well. And I have to say, I've not been to many award ceremonies, certainly nothing huge. But I think probably watching in person is an incredible experience, regardless of which one. I think that's a much more substantial kind of experience. So that's on the bucket list. So Oscars, if you're listening, there is time to still send me and Drew an invite. We'll be there.
Oh yeah. And we're open for nominations for podcasts, Golden Globes next year. Just slipping that in there.
Yeah. Or any kind of.
If not for anything else, the fact that we've hung in there for 5 years, still bloody doing it every week. So
Yeah. I mean, we can't really stand each other, so to be here now is quite impressive. So anyway, back to Golden Globes. There were some expected wins, some perhaps unexpected wins. We're not going to go too deep into it because we don't want to just regurgitate stuff that's already been said a lot. But a couple of mentions. I think, were we perhaps a little surprised at Best Actor winner?
I maybe.
Well, when you've got people like George Clooney in the mix and Leonardo DiCaprio in there, and I mean, Timothée Chalamet, he's new era, isn't he? I think.
I mean, it was, and also it was Best Actor in a musical or comedy for Marty Supreme.
Yes,
so
But so, and I know like there were other Best Actor and Best Actress awards in there, but I think that's the one that sort of stood out. Not through surprise necessarily, but perhaps it's a changing of the times and someone younger coming through, and they're now saying that perhaps he's now the favourite for the Oscar for that reason. To be so. But fabulous performance, nonetheless, from all of them. I'm not taking anything away from, but maybe not surprise, but maybe a sort of okay, like
it's quite. I mean, if you look at the bigger movies out there, and you look at a little niche movie like, a film about a table tennis player, and all that. I mean, and he looks remarkably like him. That's the other thing. I saw a photograph the other day, and bloody hell. But you think, is there a mass support for that? But then you go, well, if someone plays a part well in a good, in a good film, then why not? And you could say there were the George Clooney's and the DiCaprio's sitting there, but they've all won something.
Well, yeah,
they've had their, not they've had their time, but they've been in the spotlight for many, many years. And maybe Timothée Chalamet's made a couple of good movies. He's done some, maybe it's time to a nod towards, as you say, a new emerging to be bigger talent. But also sometimes that an actor or a movie is given a nod because of the studio as well. And you go, we say we don't talk about politics much, but there's an awful amount of politics behind some of these awards. So maybe the film, the producers needed a bit of a nudge in the right direction. They need some support. Give them an award. The money comes in. Their next movies can be bigger and better. So there's all those shenanigans going on behind as well. But not to take away from Timothée Chalamet, because apparently
no, not at all. But I just think it shows that there is progression, there's change, and it's not, the Oscars might not be the same, but there have always been the utterings of the sort of the old boys club and like who's been there longest, and it just gets passed around sort of thing. So it's nice to see that. The Oscars will be a big reveal. We'll see what happens with those in a couple of months' time.
Were you surprised that young Owen Cooper from Adolescence, were you surprised that he got an award?
I don't know, again, if surprised is the right word. I think Adolescence took the world by storm, didn't it? It was such a... For multiple reasons. I mean, from a technical point of view, single shot
episode.
Like, unbelievable. Like, incredible technology and performances to be able to do that. I think they did only ever a maximum of like 8 or 10 takes for an episode, something like that.
Well, if you think of, certainly, the episode with Owen Cooper and, that massive scene that he had to play. I think he's a young lad. He's 14 when he made that 16 now. You look at that, you think how much as a young lad of 14 got in his tank to keep on doing that, So, Stephen Graham, the producer, and he said, he is an amazing young actor. To do that, for in those takes and keep that going, more. I take my hat off to the lad. Yeah. I'm going to be really contentious here. Ooh. I watched the series and I went, okay, it's good, but I've seen some other. Series that equally as shocking. I think, I don't know, there was an awful I couldn't divorce myself from the hype, and I watched it, and I know how good Stephen Graham is. He's in everything and he always shines. You've got a young lad like Owen Cooper, and there are other actors in that were stunning. And you think it was just a bloody good production. The message of toxic masculinity and all the rest of it, I mean, for me, it was lost amongst the production. But I don't know. I wasn't knocked out by it. I was impressed, but I wasn't.
I feel the same. I think I came to it late-ish as well, not like during the big hype. So I think that gives you these false expectations, and it builds up so much.
Yeah,
and you can never be that blown away because other people have already said they have been. Do you know what I mean? I think it's very rare for someone to go, oh my God, this is unbelievable. You got to watch it and all the news and blah. And then you watch it and you go, I can see why people are saying that, but it hasn't hit me like that because I wasn't surprised for it to be that good. So I wonder if that plays a part. But I think you cannot fault any of the performances in it. Everyone was superb. And I think, as you say, the production values and how it was created, unbelievable. But and great for more British TV to be winning big awards. So. Well,
that's another. You look at someone like Stephen Graham, who was there at the conception of the whole thing and wrote it and produced it and blah blah blah. You look at that and you go, yeah, he's a great actor. Justifiably, he's won awards left, right, and centre, and he's always working. And he is. He's and he obviously then. he got hold of an idea. I wonder whether without his engine, without the Stephen Graham doing it, whether it would have got made. It would have taken longer. It might not have had the exposure. So it certainly helps to have that big actor behind it. And he's one of the biggest around, and I say justifiably so. But you look at that and you go, and then so that sort of flips on what I was saying before. If it gets awards, it promotes all those actors. Yeah. It promotes the production company, and as you say, British television and British, and movie making. That all helps. So whatever one thinks of adolescents or whatever, it's done a bloody good job.
Oh, yeah.
And
I would say I would recommend anyone watch it.
Genuinely
to experience that, and so you can make your own sort of decisions about it. But it is fabulous, like the way it's been. Yeah. Do you know what I was about to say? Shall we wind this up? And your set has agreed with me. So we've not even made it through one episode without your sign falling down. Anyone just listening, Drew's Drewling Samantics sign in the background has fallen down. Anyone on YouTube, you can see that.
There you go. There we are. Live. We're not editing in this. This is live.
No, I haven't put that. That is not an AI fall. That is genuine. No. But I think that's probably a sign for us to shut up, mate. It's been wonderful being back and chatting. Thank you so much to everyone who is joining us now, has joined us in the past, and is going to join us in the future. You've already joined us if you're hearing me say this, so that doesn't make any sense. Nonetheless, we are back. We're super thrilled to be back. We're going to talk lots more about other reward ceremonies as we go through the season, because there's other big ones coming up. We've got so much more to bring this season as well. Other discussions we want to have, some fairly contentious stuff, some entertaining stuff, some weird and wonderful stuff, because that's probably what we do best.
That's the stuff we do best.
But more importantly, probably, is the incredible people who will be joining us this season. So make sure you come back, even if it's just for them. But a big thank you from us. Welcome to Drewling Samantics. Welcome back to Drewling Samantics. And Drew, I'll see you next week, mate.
I'll see you next week, mate. Take care, everyone.
See you later, all.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks again for watching this episode of Drewling Samantics.
Please make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video.
Don't forget, we're also available as audio only. Just search Drewling Samantics in any good podcast app. And please support us on social media. All our links and handles are on screen now.
We love welcoming new followers and subscribers, so why not share with your family and friends so they can join in too? Thanks very much. See you next time.